1945, there was the Negro school, the liberal school that was also in the community. And then around 1968, after Brown versus Board of Education, is when we started integrating schools, allowing students to go to schools in other neighborhoods that were within the district. And currently, Cross Keys serves 85 different apartment complexes. Most people don't know that. So we wanted to make sure that we uplift that for the people that may not know that, but we want you guys to know that we're trying to be inclusive. We want to make sure that we're looking at every data point to move forward. And so the inequities that have been shared with us, there have been concerns regarding boundary gerrymandering, concerns about district ignoring community needs and desires. The district promised renovation and a new middle school in ESPLOST. Plans were halted and the middle school was canceled. Consistent investments in neighboring clusters. Concerns about having several meetings with no results. And only high school without an efficient arts area. So this is our district saying we know that we have some work to do. We're not shying away from it, but we also want to have whatever the solution is to be in partnership with the community. And so the 23-24 school year, there were 1,796 students here at Cross Keys. The interesting part about that is that the school was only built for 1,271 scholars. So we were at 141% capacity. Safe to say, a lot of kids, not enough space. That's why we have the portable units. So again, we wanted you guys to see these numbers because it's best practice for a school to be between 85 and 90%, but certainly not 141%. And so I am going to share the space with our CTAE director, Mrs. Jordan Gunter, and she'll share some information with you guys regarding our CTA programs in DeKalb County Schools.
Good evening, everyone. Some of you may have seen this information before because we have shared it. But CTAE, of course, stands for Career, Technical, and Agricultural Education. And these programs are opportunities for our students to choose a career, a CTAE pathway in a specific career area, hopefully an area of interest. And students take 3 courses in the pathway. When they finish, they're able to receive an industry credential. So we're very excited about being able to provide these opportunities to the district. We shared a little bit about how they choose, what that looks like. Most students in 8th grade choose an academic pathway. It doesn't have to be CTAE. We hope it's CTAE. But students choose an academic pathway in the 8th grade, and they typically work through it 9th through 11th. In our district, we have over 49 high school pathways available. So in all of our high schools, there are at least 4 to 6 CTAE pathways. In some schools, there are 10. It just depends on what programs the buildings offer. The state has 17 career clusters, and as a district, we offer courses and pathways in all of those different 17 career clusters. At our middle schools, we have 5 pathways that we currently offer, looking to increase and add more every year. We also have 3 jewels in our district. We have 3 high schools that provide specific CTAE curriculum and pathway programs. We have DeKalb High School of Technology North. We have DeKalb High School of Technology South. North is housed here. South is housed near on the Georgia Piedmont campus in South DeKalb. And then we have Warren Technical High School that kind of sits in the middle of the district off Shanley Tucker. Currently, or at the end of last school year, there are over 30,000 students enrolled in CTAE courses in both middle and high schools. So we're serving quite a few students. Our career technology high schools, our jewels of the district, if you will, have enrollment opportunities for students. We wanted to share what that enrollment looks like. And I think this presentation will be available online, so you can see this on the student assignment website, so you can see this a little bit closely. But there are about 216 students that were enrolled in Technology South, and about 300 North, and about 391 that are enrolled in Technology South. So there is room for growth. We're excited about the opportunity to increase programming and enrollment in our schools. What good is going on? Let's talk through some of the outcomes. So out of those 391 students that we have matriculating through Technology South, these are our industry credential pass rates, right? So students that are in cosmetology, students that are in our automotive programs, you can see them all listed here, have the opportunity to sit for an industry credential. These are our pass rates at Technology High School South. What you see, some of the items that you see on the side are some of those credentials that they get. Microsoft Office Specialist certification, very excited. CNAs, we had 24 CNAs that were awarded their certificates this year. Automotive Service Excellence certification, so they leave our automotive programs ASE certified. They also leave brake certified so they can work in industry right away. So several opportunities for students to leave with industry credentials. Technology North looks a little different. They don't quite offer as many programs, and we have some room for growth in our industry credentialing area. Law and Justice is doing really well, as is cosmetology, but we're looking to build and support in some of our other pathway programs. Thank you.
Thank you. And so, what programs do we currently offer in the DeKalb County School District? Please hear us when we say we are not saying these are the programs that will show up at our team, but we wanted you to know what's currently in the district just to start those thoughts. So we have High Achievers Magnet and Special Interest Magnet, International Baccalaureate, Dual Language Immersion, Theme Schools, Montessori, and Early Learning Centers. Some of our specialty schools include DeKalb Early College, Elizabeth Andrews, Fernbank Science Center, excuse me, DeKalb Tech North, DeKalb Tech South, the International Student Center, and the DeKalb Alternative School. So these are just a few of the programs or specialties that DeKalb County School District offers. So looking at where are we going from here? So this is our Cross Keys Capital Improvement Plan, starting in May up to December of 2026. These are some of the things that will take place. We have it broken down into 4 phases. Just to highlight, separate parent and bus drop-offs, courtyard improvements, a modernized and expanded learning center, a modernized and expanded media center, and visual and performing arts spaces. Currently, there are 1,225 seats that are able to be served well here, and we're looking to take that to 1,400. And so this is where the work will begin. We're going to go into a force field analysis. And what a force field analysis is, it is a research-based brainstorming tool that will allow you to evaluate the resisting forces and the driving forces to make a change. And so here projected, and it's also in the packet in front of you, is an example. The example is we want to hire a nanny instead of paying for daycare. So that's our goal. And so on the left side of the screen, those are the forces driving this change. Traveling for work a lot, convenience, personalized attention, child will be home and comfortable, a nanny is less expensive. And what you see, the person who completed this, they provided their scores based off of what was most important to them, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. On the right side of the screen, you have the forces resisting this change. The child, or what are the disadvantages of this change? The child will not be socialized. It will be a stranger in your home. You have to pay for the nanny's expenses. There's a higher chance of abuse or neglect because they're not in a setting with other children. And you must provide food and supplies. And so in this one, the driving forces rated better than the resisting forces. But what we want you guys to know is that maybe the resisting forces may outweigh those driving forces. It doesn't mean we do away with that plan. It means you have to figure out how we mitigate those barriers. How do we make this, if the goal is the same, how do we make it work for our family? And so we are going to, you guys are already divided into groups, so I am going to make the executive decision. We'll have 1 group for programs and 1 group for boundaries, and then all of our chief support. If you guys can just switch yourselves evenly across the 2 tables. And here's some questions that we want to make sure you ask yourself as you're going through this process. What benefits will this change deliver? Who supports this change and why? Who is against this change and why? How easy will it be to make the change? Is it cost effective? Do we have enough time and resources to make it work? Who will be affected by this change? What are the risks associated with this change? And does the change align with the priorities and considerations of the student assignment project? So I know that was a lot, which is why we're going to equip you guys with the team to make sure that we can actually come to some valuable information, because all of this information will be shared with our student assignment team, and then it will be presented to you guys when we start the cross-team community meetings in the fall, or later in the fall. Any questions for me? So does everybody understand where we're headed right now? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, absolutely, you're welcome. So they're assigning groups at the door. So you do not have a group, make sure you go see them so they can assign you to a table, because we do want everyone in the space engaged. So we want to work together to inform our student assignment project for the cross-team community. And we'll give you guys some time. And so while we are moving to our groups, I see that we're trying to balance out some of the groups. I appreciate that. And so just making sure that we're all clear, everyone in this space, if you can hear me, nope, do a dance move. Okay, I see a couple of dancers. And so we do want to make sure that you guys understand where we're headed. If you can hear my voice, clap once. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. If you want to make sure we get out on time, clap thrice. Perfect. And so what I want to make sure is that you guys understand what we are about to do. Each of you has a different goal that was given to us in previous cross-keys community meetings. And what our goal is right now is for you to work together to identify driving forces for that goal and resisting forces to that goal. Again, we're not saying that everyone will agree, but we do want to hear both sides of each perspective. I will also make sure that I'm walking around to provide support. And we have a couple of facilitators for table 1. We have Chief Davis and Chief Williamson. For table 2, we have Chief Sauce and Chief Schooneman. For table 3, we have Deputy Chief Tart, Dr. Outler, and Ms. Gunter. For table 4, we have Chief Towns, Chief Hofstetter, Mr. Bounds, and Dr. Alexander. And we have some more chiefs that are just going to find a table and make themselves comfortable. And so right now with the Cross Keys community, we have 4 different groups focusing on the goals that we have for boundaries and programs in the Cross Keys community. They are looking at the driving forces and the resisting forces and ranking them based on the needs of the community. In each group, you have community members, you have parents, you have scholars, and you have the DeKalb County School District Executive Cabinet working with each of these groups to ensure that we are focused on what's in the best interest of Cross Keys. Also, we have the administrative team for here, as well as those schools that feed into Cross Keys High School. Those principals are also present.
And move over here. Move our middle groups over, space out, so you'll have a little room on that. So this group, and the other group will go up front. This table. Sorry about that. Yellow right here. great things to say, Cam, so we want to make sure everyone can hear you. So red is here, yellow is here. Sorry about that.
sometimes like that challenge still brings it. It's a small process, conversation. right on the stage. I'm sorry.
Strategy, leveraging. We can talk. When you're not talking about it, it's a way to get that done. Yeah, we got some other ideas. Let's just keep talking. Okay.
Yeah, we're going
Thank you. Thank you, Doc.
Remember this is trying to acquisition
5 people. Each one of them has a value of 4. So all of them are 5.
Each one is a 1 to 5, okay? And then you guys know what you, how you want. You're going to tell them that average is what you got. All right.
Some of that, but it has to be agreed to
Okay, so,
because let me bring it back. You're supposed to do it individually.
right, I was like, I was going to put okay, so here we go. Yes, you can bring, you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, get the kids to put these down. Okay, so just put one under the head, just push it towards the head. The one that you get that person is like this. Okay, how do you bring it? You bring it one
Oh, let me tell you. She called me. Yes, you're over there in the
It's supposed to be individual, that's y'all fast now. I'm just trying to follow.
You know what I mean? That's just you know, we did. So at this time, it is now 7:01. Please take the next 3 minutes to email us at Tanya_Arrington so that we can add your responses to the screen. We have 3 minutes and we are going to set a timer. Just in case you guys did not hear me, we are going to take the next 3 minutes to compile our responses and email them to Mrs. Arrington so that she can add them to the screen.
It's Arizona and you're not gonna be, you don't get California.
Once their kindergartners get registered. 100 of them show me in the house.
Alexander, can you please email Charshenda_?
30 seconds.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your hard work. Dr. Outler?
Yeah, no, I've done. I taught elementary. Tired when it's work for the company. What do you Can you see that?
Thank you.
What about Smith?
Well, we're going to come back home through for our share out portion of this process. So keep in mind the force field analysis is a research-based process to brainstorm information to compare or highlight the driving and resisting forces. We are going to go in order, so we're going to start with group 1, then we'll go to 2. So go ahead and think about who's going to report out for you guys. And we'll go from there. Everybody clear where we are in the process? And so a big shout out to all of you because you just completed your first force field analysis.
Good evening. I am representing Group 1. You can see that we had a very robust conversation with regards to driving and resisting forces. One of the constant themes was that we want it to be inclusive to everyone. However, we do want to make sure that the students that are in the community, the greater Cross Keys community, do have priority access to different services. This group is very curious with regards to the development of career technical programs and really kind of developing that. So they felt that it would be great to offer to all of the students that are willing to. They were also curious with regards to the change with Sequoia High School being built, Sequoia High School and Middle School being built at the same time. What will that mean for Cross Keys and what we will be able to offer, which is part of the reason why we're here. We're imagining things. Parents, of course, as everyone wants to make sure that whatever we decide that it's that the environment is conducive and safe for our students. In terms of resisting, Cross Keys is currently at 1,934 students as of today in terms of Infinite Campus, and that is our primary enrollment. So, of course, a big concern is making sure we have enough seats to be able to meet the needs of the greater Cross Keys community, as well as the needs that we're sure that we will get from the district. Making sure that all the students have the skills, knowledge, and tools to be a part of the program. Giving them access to the program is one thing, but making sure that they have the foundational skills to really thrive is another. One parent was concerned, making sure if we say that this is what we want, making sure that it becomes a reality. Making sure that this program is known to all of the members, diverse members of our community, including students whose family language may not be English or their families may not have full knowledge of the educational process in the U.S. They're worried that we offer programs and then we eliminate them due to a variety of budgetary factors. Making sure that we recruit teachers for the different programs. It's sometimes hard if we're talking about a technology program or CTE program. We're talking about a small subset of people that are qualified, not only in terms of an industry lens, but also having the certification to be a highly qualified teacher. So making sure that we have enough teachers, and then just the worry that we get excited about the programs coming and then it doesn't take place. So just a commitment that when we say, once we decide what the CK is going to be, that we make sure that we're committed to making it come to fruition for our community. Thank you so much. So one of the things that we are committed to is making sure that all voices are heard, and remember that tonight is about the I. And so before we go to group 2, for this group we asked, did we miss any of your I wants or resistors or drivers that we want to make sure that we've added to this document? Safety. I saw safety. You come down. More safety. Does that capture? We're good? Okay, we're going to move on to group 2. That's talking to us about boundaries.
Okay. 4 quick items on the positive forces or driving forces. First, the public perception and pressure to address what's thought of as a gerrymandered district here in Cross Keys and Sequoia area. The second driving force is to address the enrollment and overcrowding pressure, which is persistent, as we just heard. Opportunities to leverage some new capacity. That means with the investment being made by the Board of Education in the properties in Doraville, which elementary schools are new, there's a modernization initiative here at this property. Those are positive opportunities to envision what could be in the current cluster school base at Doraville, Shannon, and Brookhaven. And then the 4th item is really a few different things kind of related that were brought up by one of our stellar members here, a rising freshman in DeKalb schools. This idea of communities of interest, travel times, proximity, a whole group of things related to really neighborhood high school type concepts. And then on the resisting forces side, concern about the reputation of some of the schools in the region being harmed through, by definition, if you have high scores at a school and low scores at a neighboring school, and then you mix the two, your overall average will be lower. And so the receiving school might improve, the transmitting school might reflect poorer test scores. The second item, sorry. Yeah, there's all sorts of concerns related to school reputation, I think we know. The second item is the disruption of meaningful student relationships with peers, faculty, staff, community, counselors, that might be driven by change for those affected during the years of transition. Another great idea by one of our students. And the complexities, the third item, this is kind of difficult to describe, but simply the nature of change. In this situation with a long history of complex programming, choice programs, magnet programs, decisions over time that have made changing more difficult than it already is. And anytime people tend to resist change because we like to avoid it whenever we can. So complexities of choices that are in front of us, that's kind of related to the positive opportunity up above in number 3 for a driving force. The flip side of that is, wow, there's so many things we can do. It kind of freezes in a way, deer in the headlights, too many choices, too many opportunities, too much complexity. The last one really, I think, is specific to a discussion some of our members had related specifically to our community here across Keys and Sequoia, and that is the difficulty in engagement and getting information into the community. The anecdote that was shared was that in direct conversations with family members here who live in this district across Keys, they had no awareness of this meeting, for example. Families with children. So it's a very difficult thing. Those that have worked in support and service organizations within the community between here and Doraville know that it's exponentially more difficult to get the engagement, to reach, get messages through fidelity, and get the engagement necessary. So that's sort of a resisting force for change as well. Did we leave anything out? Any ads? I was so busy taking notes, I'll add one. Because I've heard it multiple times from current and former students. If I could channel them, they want what everybody else wants. This would be a driving force to achieve equity and opportunity.
Thank you. We're going to Group 3.
Buenas tardes, esta presentación va a ser en español. Entendí. Nos tocó discutir qué debemos hacer o cuáles son las fuerzas para mejorar o no los programas técnicos que existen en la Escuela de Tecnología del Norte. Pues la verdad es que la mayoría de razones son para mejorar, porque no hay ninguna razón para no mejorar. Algunas de las cosas que conversamos fue marketing, y voy a agregar algunas de estas cosas porque son las mismas. Entonces, marketing es casi lo mismo que decir, por ejemplo, que necesitamos más oportunidades para que los padres y los estudiantes se enteren de estos programas. Los padres muchas veces no saben que existen esas oportunidades, entonces invertir en eso es una oportunidad muy importante. El otro tema es compartir las oportunidades de desarrollo profesional, lo que dice apprenticeship, conectarlos con oportunidades que los chicos puedan practicar. Apoyo, consejería de counseling. Muchos de estos muchachos pues serán los primeros en sus comunidades, en sus familias, de tener ese tipo de educación y necesitan mayor apoyo. Conectarlos con líderes comunitarios, con compañías, con negocios para que vean las posibilidades que tienen. Preguntarles a los estudiantes qué es lo que necesitan, qué es lo que quieren estudiar. Oportunidades de que los estudiantes estén expuestos a nuevas habilidades, gracias. Luego, una de las razones principales porque este programa debería mejorarse es porque es importante que haya equidad e igualdad en las oportunidades que todos los estudiantes en el condado reciben. Y sabemos que esto no es así, porque si comparan el programa del sur con el del norte, el del sur tiene mucho más clases y tiene mayores oportunidades de graduación, lo que nos hace pensar que dar más apoyo a los estudiantes es una de las oportunidades más importantes que tenemos. Muchas veces los estudiantes pues están atrás y no reciben el apoyo, entonces pensamos que es importante darles el apoyo a los estudiantes que están siguiendo estas carreras técnicas, porque es una oportunidad de crear maneras de que salgan adelante, especialmente si son estudiantes locales y de bajos ingresos. Y finalmente que los chicos deben de sentirse bienvenidos en su propia escuela, y muchas veces no lo son. Now I'm going to say in English quickly. So marketing, it's similar to outreach. I'm going to aggregate some of the things that you see on the screen. Marketing and outreach, between this is a driving force. There's oftentimes parents don't know that these opportunities, these programs exist. Additional support for students and for parents. For many of them, this is the first time that they are exposed to this type of technical opportunity, and oftentimes students are behind because they don't receive the same level of education, and they don't receive the support to live and continue in the pathway. So that's another driving force. Another driving force is that students should have input on the classes that they want to pursue, the programs that they want to pursue. Have multiple opportunities for exposure to newly acquired skills, as well as community leaders, companies, apprenticeships. We believe that it's a driving force for this. It's that there should be equity of access to educational opportunities for all children, and currently they don't, if you look at the comparison, as well as support, and additional support for students that are pursuing these credentials for the first time in their families. And finally, because kids should feel welcome in their own school and have options, and we discussed the table of intensive. Resisting graduation requirements are a challenge. Lo voy a repetir en inglés, en español después no se preocupe. Our graduation requirements are a challenge, interest in other programming, extra course load. We learned that the schedule is a real challenge. Expenses, it's expensive. It's also really complex to design programs when the design needs to be changed to reflect the realities of the schools that may be different. And it's personnel, and as well as apathy and inertia. It's always easy to say, we'll do it later, or it's too complicated. Digamos que las fuerzas en contra del cambio podrían ser que los requerimientos de la graduación son difíciles para los estudiantes, los horarios son complicados, a veces no van bien, es caro reformar el programa y es difícil también reformarlo de una manera que sea relevante para los estudiantes, contratar personal que sea relevante, y a veces es más fácil no hacer nada y dejar las cosas como están y pues olvidarse y decir que vamos a hacer más adelante. Gracias.
Did we capture everything from group 3? Awesome sauce.
Okay, muy buenas noches. Good evening. My name is Raquel Mariano, or Rachel Mariano. I'm here representing Group 4. Woo-hoo! I'm a community member and mother of 2 children who successfully went to DeKalb County schools and graduated, and one that is still in the system. I just want to say, Dr. Cunningham, thank you for all the great work you've done here. It's the first time we met you, but when we walked in the school, we felt how warm you are and how gracious you were and how connected you are. So thank you for your good work. Yeah, woohoo! We had a lot of ideas in a little bit of time, so I'm going to share with you one that I think could be a good takeaway from tonight. Similar to what the lady from Form presented, we were looking at the success rates of the technical programs here and what was offered in comparison to the South. Obviously, there's limited programs, and the success rates are unfortunately quite low. So what we'd love to see happen, potentially, if Dr. Cunningham likes it, is to really assess why are the pass rates so low. Let's delve deep into that and figure out what it is. Let's also look at our workforce needs and see what our current workforce really needs, and then create pathways to help our students go from the classroom to be successful into the workforce. We looked at one of the things we discussed is healthcare, science, allied health. 33% pass rate. There's such a need for people in allied health. So how about we create an initiative called Workforce Express, where we are proactively take our students out into the workforce to go to hospitals, talk to doctors, talk to nurses, talk to medical technicians, medical assistants, and see what those jobs are. See, there's so many jobs, and to maybe see themselves in those jobs. So we like to see an initiative where we're creating, like, yes, I could see myself there. Yes, these opportunities could be for me too. So to kind of wrap it up, assess why the rates are what they are, look at the workforce needs and see how we can align with those things like CIS. AI is the future, right? And then how can we help our students see themselves in those positions so that they want to work towards it? Thank you.
And again, focusing on the I. Did we capture everything from this group? Is there anything we need to add?
Hi, I'm Robin Curtis. I am a physician and am the former legal guardian of the graduate of Hills High School, class of 2018, and also the parent of 2 rising 8th graders. I think what I would like to stress is that I think that every kid should leave this school being able to do the basic math that they need to be able to do to survive as adults, working adults, no matter what discipline they follow, and also to be able to communicate, read and write basic information so that they can survive. And so other skills are fantastic, leaving so that they can get jobs or move on in higher education. Wonderful, but the basic skills in math are critical. And my own nephew, as a Druid Hills High School student, went a full calendar year without math. And I was told when he was a rising 9th grader, The only way for him to get math every day was to take remedial math, even though he had tested into the gifted privilege. These kids across the spectrum need math every day in every
And as we prepare to get ready to close out, let me thank you all for working with us through this process. This is our first experience with the force field analysis, but we wanted this to be about your voice and the things that you wanted to keep, that you wanted us to hear. So again, we thank you for working with us through this process. We are growing a little bit each time, and what you all have shown us today, we will take that and make the next one better and better and better and better. So, Dr. Courtney, turn it over to you.
Good evening again. Thank you all for your time, your commitment, and your energy. I was sitting around listening and trying to prepare some thoughts for you all. This is really critical. And we're setting the stage for innovation. We are setting the stage for innovation. The best way to get a good idea is to get many. To get many. Our goal is to capture as many ideas as possible through this process. That's important. Wealth today is really driven, look, anyone who's wealthy is driven by innovation, not optimization. Innovation, not optimization. If we think that we're going to excel and our students are going to be great by going by what we already know, we're in trouble. We have to prepare our students for tomorrow. We have to innovate for that. There's a lot of data and research that connects exactly what you said. Algebra 1 is a great indicator of a student can graduate on time and even have an opportunity to go into a successful post-secondary experience. I also want to just include in this, when most people think about innovation, they think about basketball, hitting a buzzer, or kicking a goal in football at the end, at the buzzer, or Hail Mary. But in order to really lift innovation, it takes systems, it takes the creation of a culture, it takes leadership, and I really want to thank our board because it takes the allocation of funds. This board has committed to that. All the other three things, I'm responsible for leadership, right? The other pieces, our team is responsible for leadership. The other pieces belong to you. And we must find ways to be able to do that. I really believe in this whole idea. I talk about this a lot in my former district, and I learned this. Cycles of iteration. We must teach ourselves in our process. We fail faster so we can get better sooner. What does that mean to this process? We must come together more often. Be able to put it all on the table and leave out thinking, what else can we do? And some of those ideas will fall. Many ideas fall. But again, the best way to get ideas is through what again? Exactly. Awesome ideas. So tonight, I want to thank you all. We will do this again. We're counting on you. And please, next time, bring one additional person. Not your household person. Well, this group was super charged up. Bring two people. Bring two people, right? Families, students. Ms. Hobson had a good idea. We were talking. We're going to talk with our team. We want to actually do this with just students. We think this process deserves that. And then we'll find some time to bring us all in the same space so we have a collective voice. But again, we were stealing ideas from the students. We walked around the room, listen to how powerful the voices were. Let's give them a hand. For your time tonight, and there's going to be a thought exchange, and you put more thoughts in and turn over again to our fearless leader tonight, and looking forward to a great next session. Thank you.
Everyone give yourselves a round of applause. We appreciate your presence, we appreciate your voices, and so to make sure that we capture everything from you guys individually, if you could please take out your devices, use your phone's camera to capture this QR code. There are 3, and this is your ticket out the door. So I'm going to be standing next to the door waiting for the last one to see maybe your response was submitted. So if you guys could pull out your phones for this first one. This is your ticket out the door. And it's also in the PowerPoint. For those of you that have a copy in front of you, you can also use your phone. I mean, you can use the paper copy to grab that QR code. Yes.
I'm confused. How does any of the information that we have shared impacts our, how can we answer the question? We haven't talked about the lines at all. They have talked about something else.
Okay, so you were in group 3, so you may have addressed programs? Yes. Okay. And so for those that had this as their group, because we've divided you guys into 4 groups, so there should have been 2 groups for programs and 2 groups for boundaries. And so if this was not yours, don't worry about it. We have the next one just for you.
So we have a set different questions for different.
Yes, there will be another, and you may have input on this as well, but if you don't know where it's going to go to the next slide, we'll show that one as well. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. So nobody's looking at the screen, so I'm going to go to the next one. This question says, based on this brainstorm, what Prosecuting's programming considerations should sound to you? And we are taking all of the information you've already provided us, but we just wanted to make sure that no voice goes unheard.
Good evening again. While you all are putting in your thoughts on this particular question, if you should have any thoughts after tonight, please know that this will be accessible to you. As you know, all of our thought exchanges also appear in the roll report. So we want to broaden the voices outside of this meeting tonight. So please share the word, but you will see this again outside of this meeting. So there will be more opportunities for more voices and more thoughts.
And the last one is there anything else we should consider? So this is where we typically get a lot of responses, and so we welcome them. And after this, you guys are free to go home. Please note that our student assignment project website is up and running, so the presentations are there for you, just in case you don't want to take this paper or you didn't get your own copy. They are available and they will remain online throughout this process. The staff kickoff will start in September, so these meetings will be reoccurring for the next 18 months. At different points in our district, we have 4 areas. We'll have the north, central, southeast, and southwest. So this is not a one-time thing. We super appreciate your presence. As Dr. Gordon asked, bring forward. Bring as many people that are interested and committed to this work, because we want to elevate voice. We want to make sure that you're doing what's in the best interest of not just Prosecuting, but that's what our focus is in North. But again, we want to make sure that we're maximizing our resources. We're elevating student voice. We're meeting the needs of the community. So it's not a one-stop shop. We need you. We need your voice, and we need your presence. Thank you again for coming this evening. Have a great one.